crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected. Often mirrors a pit, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raiment and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive. Are you my paradise?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Tuesday, so you know where we are today. We are at one of my favorite places, and if you haven't been here, you need to come on by. We're at Georgia's Happy Hog, located 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center. You cannot miss it. It's a great place. If you haven't been here, it's wonderful. Of course, on Tuesdays and Fridays, they have mac and cheese. So I suggest you come on by and swing by. They have great rib ends. They have chopped brisket. They have ribs. They have all the stuff that you need. And then they also have greens if you're a greens person. I'm a greens person, so I like to have greens, and I like to come in here and get my greens when I come in. And, of course, we are here today courtesy of YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen, an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway at 66. In Yukon, of course, YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40. Can't miss, right in front of the hospital right there. Oh, they just let anybody come up in here. Just anybody come up in here. What's up? What's up? What's going on with yourself? Are you going to come on the air today? Or you going to, no, you ain't. I know you ain't going to come on. Go on, take yourself on. Anyway, YNB Peoples, which is located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and McCarthy. So you cannot come in. It's a great place. If you haven't been here, then of course they do have the watermelon sweet tea, which is delicious. But I have to bring it and give it to my girl Cassidy at the Santa Fe Family Life Center. So I have to bring it to her. So, but anyway, the Thunder. Of course, we're going to lead off with that. Naturally, we're going to lead off with the Thunder. Of course, since the Thunder played their first preseason game, so we got to see what the Thunder will look like in the future, because SGA and Dort did not play, which means they give you a brief look at what the Thunder are going to look like without Dort and without SGA. Because remember, Dort, we talked about that the other day when Dort had that photo that he took, this T-shirt that he wore, and it was just kind of funny because we were looking at it and it was sent to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting that Dort would wear a shirt like that. And it's just kind of funny because, well, it's not funny because it's just really showing you where the Thunder are at and what they're thinking. And once again, they did not learn their lesson from the Westbrook Kevin Durant deal. They're coming right back and doing it again, which is very unfortunate for me being a Thunder fan. For you all who don't get it, you all don't care. So, but for me who want to win a championship, yeah, it matters to me on you making the right decisions, putting the right team together. It matters to me. Some of you all don't get it, and they can just, whatever they do, oh, he knows what he's doing. No, I'm not going to give you a pass. I'm not giving you a pass. You got to understand who the best players are. And if you don't get who your best players are and who the people you need to be on the court, yes, I'm going to have an issue with that. You may not have an issue with it, but you're damn right, I'm going to have an issue with that. I want the best possible day. I want our city to be a city that wins games. I want our city to be a place that you can do championships. So I was at Well, my guy, the commander, just sent me to let waters flow. I'm not going to let no waters flow. They let the waters flow a little bit, and he won a game. So what, Randy? You're not going to let me go. The commander is just sending me these messages. He loves him. But anyway, I'm just not going to let that go because to me, it's very frustrating. But you got to see what your team is going to look like without SGA and without Dort. And especially without SGA, you got to see what your team's going to look like. And what you're going to be is what you were with Westbrook. That's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to be. And it's so funny is last night the Thunder were struggling in the beginning. They took just like in the playoffs, took him out. They went on a 16-1 run with him on the bench. Talking about J-Dub, but you all love J-Dub and he's going to be the next player and he's going to be all he. No, but the Thunder love him. And once again, the reason why is you have a coach who's a developmental coach, and a developmental coach who doesn't know how to coach somebody who's already developed. It's just a matter of taking everybody else, building them up, and going, okay, here's our best player. Let's build these guys around him. And, Sam Presti, go back and look what he said. We don't want a guy who does what? Hold on to the ball looking for a shot. We want a two-way player. That's what he said. Well, he's the only two-way player you got. He's the only two-way player you got. Chet is pretty good, and he's a shot blocker or whatever, but he can't really guard. You had a guy who's third in the NBA in scoring and first in the NBA in steals. 61% in game-winning shots, but that's not your best player. We're going to head back up in the Westbrook days. Here we go. Anyway, the Thunder took care of business 112-107 last night. The Spurs were 17 for 43 from three. The Thunder were 11 for 35. Field goal percentage, the Spurs were 45.8% from the field. The Thunder 50%, which is pretty good. 42 rebounds to 46. We out-rebounded them, but there's a key stat. We're going to give up 9 offensive rebounds. 36 points in the paint compared to us scoring 56, which is what we normally do. We normally score a lot in the paint because we attack the basket, which is another reason why you saw Hartenstein. If you watched the game last night, Isaiah Hartenstein was way out at the top of the key directing the offense, leaving the floor open, and he's a great – leaving the post open for us to attack the basket. He's a great passer, by the way. I didn't really recognize that when he was at New York, but I'm really, really, really pleased with that. 21 turnovers for them, 15 again for us, which, remember, we led the league and turning the other team over last year, so that trend is continuing. And then, of course, we outscored them 66 to 56 when it came down to bench scoring. Now, when you look at our game stats, the overall game stats, which are important to me. I mean, game stats are important. You gotta look at the game stats because game stats matter. It lets you know exactly what's going on. And so I like what I saw with our game stats as far as the team and what we were trying to do. So I liked what I saw. And when you look at Chet, 9 minutes, Flagler 15 minutes. And I thought Chet played more than that. But anyway, Jalen Williams 17 minutes, but you can see Chet 9 minutes. 5 for 5. He had 10 points, 0 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 2 blocks. He's just amazing. He looked really, really good taking him off the dribble. But, of course, his nemesis, Wemby, was not playing. J-Dub, 17 minutes, 7 for 14. Came alive with 3 for 4 from 3. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 18 points, led the team in scoring. And then, of course, when I looked at Jang, I know you spent 3 first-round picks on him, but can we just go ahead and move on? Kind of like what I was saying about Baisley. Can we just move on, please? Can we just move on? And remember, guys, you can go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and go ahead and do that for us if you want to do that for YouTube. Just go ahead and do that, please. Get us there on YouTube and like, subscribe, hit notifications. If you want to comment or you want to ask a question, I can get it right there. Because remember, if you do it on Facebook, I don't see it until after the show is over with. Wiggins was the other starter. He had 7 points, 3 for 8, 1 for 2, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. I thought he played really well, 1 block. I just like Wiggins anyway, and I like Kaysen too. Kaysen played 26. He played 22. Jang played 25. He's a G League player. He's a G League player. Flagler, I thought, came in and did what he does. He shoots the ball. He did not shoot the ball very well, 1 for 5. He's a better three-point shooter than that, and hopefully he's going to come in and give us minutes. We need to do that. Jones, 17 points. I thought he played really well, 8 for 11 from the field, and he likes to go right and shoot that fade away from the elbow or the free throw line. I like his game. He's a pull-up shooter. Then, of course, Hartenstein, he 17 minutes, 4 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I thought he played really well. I really did. Caruso thought he played really well, and I was talking to the commander about that yesterday when he called and asked me about it. I said he really looked good, and the addition of those two are really going to make a huge impact to the Thunder. That's just me. Isaiah Joe, I thought looked really good last night. 4 for 9, 1 for 5 from 3. But he took a couple threes. He just didn't get in the rhythm to me. I just didn't like it. A.J. Mitchell, I really liked the way he played last night. 8 for 13, 1 for 4 from 3, 19 points. So I liked overall what I saw from the team as far as what, not necessarily what we're going to have to look forward to, because I believe that's what we're going to be. That's going to be the team going forward at some point, because I believe, like Dort said, he had a picture of SGA and he said enjoy it. And he basically was saying that he believes, like I believe, that the Thunder are going to get rid of SGA because they do believe, the coaching staff believes that J-Dub is going to be better. And that's simply because they have a coach who thinks he can coach. He thinks he's the man. And I like Dagnall, but it's just like you said, everybody beat up on me last year about me being hard on the Thunder and I'm just a hater. And I'm not. I'm just giving y'all the facts. And then when you watched ESPN and you watched TNT, they said the exact same damn things I said. The exact same I had been saying. You gone? All right, appreciate you. They said the same things I was saying. So I don't know how I'm a hater, because I'm saying the same thing that ESPN is saying. I'm saying the same thing that TNT is saying. Same thing. And then, of course, our viewership went up after that. And it's simply because I'm not listening. I want us to win. I want to be in a city where we win, because I remember Kevin Durant. I remember James Harden. I remember Westbrook. I remember Ibaka. I remember what we looked like. Steven Adams. I remember what we looked like. And for us not to get there again because, you got a coach who can't effing coach. He's terrible in game management. And he's just terrible. And he's terrible in what he does with lineups. He's terrible. Now, developmental, 100%. Other than that, no. That's why I gave him a C+. He cost us games. And I'm not going to let go of the fact that in the Game 6, not only Game 5, when you made it right during the middle of the playoffs, the most important game of the playoffs, Game 5 in the Game 7 series, you substitute and change your lineups. What the hell are you doing? Okay? And then number 2, on top of that, you had a chance to do something good, and you didn't in Game 6. We are winning. You have J-Dub on the bench. You made a run. Just like last night. We won a 16-1 run last night with him on the bench. 16-1. He was on the bench. You went on a run without him. But that's your boy. That's who y'all are tying your deal to, just like you did with Russell. You're tying this organization's future to J-Dub just like you did to Russell. And the same thing's going to happen with J-Dub. The same thing happened with Russell. You didn't tie your deal to KD. You tied it to Russell. And the same damn thing that's going to happen that happened with KD. You're going to go from being on the top of the deal, top 2, 3 in the league, to middle of the row at the bottom. That's what you're going to go to, because you're going to make the same damn mistake you made last time. And I said, Preston, I don't understand you. Now, I know you're picking the coach, just like you picked Billy Donovan. And now you're picking this dude, Dagnall. Same thing. He's a great developmental coach. I didn't say that. That's what the Athletic said. Can this guy coach a superstar? No, he can't. He's a developmental coach. He wants to develop players. That's what he's fantastic at. Take your ass back to the G League and develop us some more players. But you have a superstar who's one of the best top 5 players in the league 2 years in a row. All NBA first team, 2 years in a row. Despite you, not because of you, in spite of you. And this is what we deal with. But tomorrow night we're going to go to the game, and hopefully he's going to play, which I'm sure he will, because, like the commander and I talked about, they're going to divide the teams up and do different players to do different lineups, which is okay. I don't have any problem with that. But my problem is that you're wasting away one of the best players in the league. And it's frustrating to me. Because last year, when you played J-Dub in the fourth quarter, in the Game 6, now you go back, you can look at this all you want to. Go back and look at it. And guess what? Thank you. I know I'm right. We made 2 runs. He was on the bench both times. Fourth quarter, they make a run at us instead of you taking him out for 2 or 3 minutes so we can make a run back with SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins. Who else do we have in there? SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, J-Dub, and Who was Isaiah Joe. Instead of you going back in with that group because they're making a run and taking J-Dub out for a couple minutes and then putting him back in to end the game, you left him in there. Guess what happened? We lose. Guess what happens? You challenge with 2 seconds to go on the clock instead of asking him whether he got fouled or not. Why? Because you're ready to get the hell out of there. I'm sorry. You guys get mad at me all you want to. I'm not saying anything ain't true. I'm not saying one thing that's not true. I'm not saying one thing that's out of line. Not one thing. My job is, this is the Unpopular Hour for a reason. I'm unpopular because I'm telling you what you guys don't want to hear because you're too busy listening to Bali. Like last night, I don't listen to Bali at all. I listen to WWLS. I don't listen to Bali. I don't want to hear his nonsense. I don't want to listen to what the Thunder is saying, and he has to repeat what the hell they're telling him. I don't want to hear that nonsense. I'm watching the game. I'm able to figure out the game for myself without listening to what he's saying. And I ain't trying to hear that nonsense because that's all it is nonsense. And I don't want to hear about J-Dub. And you guys, don't get me wrong. I like J-Dub. I think he's a great beat. To me, it's when you see nationally, what is it? SGA, Chet. They don't mention J-Dub. They like J-Dub as a C. He's a 3. I think it's SGA number 1, Chet 2A, he's 2B. And I think it's switching. Chet and him can be 2A, 2B. I think they're interchangeable. That's me. But nationally, it's SGA and Chet. And the Thunder, they want J-Dub because that coach, look what I developed. We developed J-Dub. You developed SGA too. You got Chris Paul. Chris Paul helped him get to where he was. Do y'all forget when the bubble, when you had Chris Paul and him and he was in his first year here, what he did for us? What Chris Paul did for the Thunder, how he developed these guys, how he taught them how to do things? Did you guys forget that? And not understand what was going on? And you guys let that go. It's just frustrating to me. Enough off this. But tomorrow night, we're going to see. And we get to see the MVP come up, and we get to see that. And I'm sorry. It's just frustrating to me. It's just frustrating me. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm pissed off about it. I really, truly am pissed off about it. I'm just like, really, this is what you're doing. And it's so funny is you guys aren't paying attention. You're not. Dort said something. I said something last year. Dort said in the offseason, he wore a T-shirt. Enjoy this with SJ's picture on it. Why? Because he knows what the hell they're doing. Same thing I'm saying. He knows what they're doing. He does. He's in there. You guys aren't listening because you're too busy listening to the Thunder's BS. I'm telling you right now, so when it happens, I'll wait and say thank you just like I did with KD. When the Commander and I were at the game or the third game or fourth game of the year, when Billy Donovan pulled him out and he walked off and he put his hand in Billy Donovan's face and the Commander and I looked at each other like, wow. We knew right then, he's gone. And what did Nathan say? Nathan said that if he doesn't sign, okay, he doesn't sign his extension, he's gone. And the Thunder are going to be forced to trade him. So, you know that, right? I didn't say that's what Nathan said, Nathan Taylor. If he doesn't sign his extension, the Thunder are going to be forced to trade him because he's not going to sign. He's gone. He's like, you want that team? Just like KD said, you want him? Take him. You want him? Take him. You got him? You want West? Go ahead and take him. And look where the Thunder went. Now you're back up and you're making the same damn mistake again. You're picking the coach over the player. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to fall back where you did. You didn't learn your damn lesson the first time. What's the time? First time, shame on me. Second time, shame on what? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Well, it's going to be shame on you. Twice. Frustrating. Then we got a big game. So now the NBA scores, the Magic and the Pelicans, like we picked up, we talked about this yesterday. We thought the Pelicans would handle the Magic. The Magic going to be a tough out this year. They've got a squad. They've got a coach. They've got some players. I think they're going to be tough. Talked about the Grizzlies beating the Mavs. I said, did you job back? I told them, I said, man, the Grizzlies are going to be a hard thing this year. They're well motivated. I'm telling you this right now. The Mavs, I think, they still got to figure some issues out. I'm not that big of a fan of the Mavericks anyway. I like them, but, Then the Thunder, of course, took care of business over the Spurs with our 2 new additions. It makes a huge difference. And, of course, with Case and them playing the way he is, it's great. And then the Jazz took care of the Rockets. Not sure what to make about that. We'll look at the Rockets tomorrow. I don't know how I got to go back and see who all played in that game, who all did play, so I could have a better feel for what happened in that game. So, but anyway, I like the Rockets. I really do. I think they're going to be a surprise this year. The Jazz are just always good. They're always going to be, and it's hard to go up to Salt Lake City and win. So that's kind of how they look at it. But like I said, the Pelicans are going to be a tough out this year. The Magic are going to be really, really good. The Grizzlies, I think, are on a mission because of what happened with Ja last year. And the question is, did he learn his lesson or did he not? That's the question with him. Is he going to learn his lesson with team first, not be going out partying and doing all carrying guns and being out with the wrong people? If he did, they're going to be fine. If he didn't, they're not. It's just that simple. Like I said, the Mavericks got to figure out what they're going to do with their guys. And then the Thunder, we'll see tomorrow because I plan on watching the first half of that. I don't know how much of that I'm going to watch. But here is my my over-under pick right now. I'm kind of taking I went from 56 wins for the Thunder this year, to after watching the first game to 51. And I just don't trust this guy. I know y'all like the coach, and I know you'll go back to being the NBA Coach of the Year, but after he did the interview on TNT, then nothing was ever mentioned to him being Coach of the Year again. Why? Because they all know he wasn't the guy. That's what happened. But all you Oklahoma fans, excuse me, I had to sneeze, sorry. But if you guys, I just wish you all were just as knowledgeable in basketball as you were in football. If you all were as knowledgeable in basketball as you are in football, Thunder would not be getting away with what they get away with. They just wouldn't. You guys would see it. But you let them get away with what they get away with because of the simple fact that, oh, they know what they're doing. They're this. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. I'm not letting you get away with it at all. Because of the simple fact that I want to win. I want us to win. I want us to take what we did and go from there. But you can see that the Thunder, Sam Presti's the boss, and I think Sam Presti is one of the best GMs. I do 100%. But to say that, give him a blanket statement that you don't mess up, yeah, you mess up. You didn't go from the time we got Steven Adams till Josh Giddey, that was thin. You didn't do anything to address us and help us throughout the KD and them eras. Now you are. Because you went Josh, Chet, J-Dub, Kaysen, and then we're going to see if AJ or, we're going to see who's going to emerge out of this year's draft class, Dylan Jones, which one's going to emerge out. We'll see. It's still open who's going to do what this year, but we're going to wait to see what happens, okay? But that being said, I'm not going to let him off the hook. You had one of the best teams ever. You built another one of the best teams ever, but you built it in spite of, not because of. You did not think the Thunder were going to be where they were last year, and you can't say you did, talking about Sam Presti, because if you did, you wouldn't have what? You wouldn't have did what you did at the trade deadline. You made Dallas stronger. You built us for the future. That's what happened, because you did not think we were going to be the number one seed. You did not think they were going to put us out, but because of your decisions, Dallas is the team to put us out. Coaching and trades. Those two things put us out. That's facts. You guys get mad at me all you want to, go back and look at it. Who facilitated the trades to get who they had, and who didn't do anything but facilitate the trade to get Isaiah Hartenstein for this year, the free agency, because he didn't think that we were ahead of where we are. And then you have a coach who is not a game manager. He is, well, as my boy calls, he's a game manager. He does not know, he does not understand flow of the game at all. He doesn't. Out of bounds plays, he's magnificent. Out of bounds plays, and it looks like Caruso threw a great lob to J-Dub last night, which is what I think he wanted Josh Giddey to do in the New York Knicks games last year. And Josh passed to the SJ, who hit a fadeaway in the corner. That ended Josh's career in Oklahoma. That ended up Josh in the Thunder right there. He was gone right there. But Josh wanted to do what? Win the damn game. Why the hell am I put it in his hands? Last night they put it in J-Dub's hands. They're going to put it in J-Dub's hands because they're trying to pay attention to this. This is what I'm telling you right now. They're going to put the ball in J-Dub's hands because they are building J-Dub for the future. The Thunder are looking down the road. They're not looking for now. I mean, they are, but they're looking to build J-Dub because they're not paying SGA. They don't want SGA. They want J-Dub because why? Dagnall can feel like, look, I built this guy up. Look at what we did. We built these players. They didn't build SGA. SGA was already here. KD didn't build KD. KD was already here, came over from, even though Presley drafted him, he came over from the Seahawks, the Seattle Supersonics. That's what happened. And I'm warning you guys now, but you guys get mad at me and say whatever, but I'm just telling you the cold hard facts. Give me the cold hard facts. I'm not a fan of what the hell's going on. I'm not excited about it, but like I said last year, this is what's happening. Dort showed you in a T-shirt this year. The first game of the year, he doesn't play. He shows you everybody plays but Dort and SGA. So the Thunder can get a look at, so you all can see what your future is going to look like. We want a group of team players where you don't get your team ass beat. Because Westbrook, SGA is not a Westbrook. SGA can carry a team. Westbrook cannot. He's not smart enough. Athletic, he's unbelievable. But basketball, the way he does in basketball, he does not have the basketball IQ to do it, get it done at the end of games. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. Do I like him as a player? 100%. He plays hard. He gives you 1,000% effort. He goes nonstop. But at the end of the games, in the last 2 minutes, that can't work. You have to understand, where am I at on the court? What position, who I can pass the ball to? Where's my best opportunity to score? Not, I'm just going to go to the basket and just get it done, and they can't finish at the rim. Didn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guy up. They love to be able to build. If you got a complex to be built, they can lay it out for you, make sure everything is going to be perfect. You're going to have good sewage. You're going to make sure there's not going to be any flooding, and it's going to be laid out properly for you to get the maximum out of your space or out of your area. So go ahead and hit those guys up. And then also, if you have a water treatment plant, hang on one second. If you have a water treatment plant, hit those guys up. They can love to take care of your water. If you're in a county or a city, and I'm going to say this, who the hell don't like clean drinking water? I love clean drinking water. I don't know about y'all, but I do. So hit my guys up. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers or software to make your office run smoother, and or a website. They designed our website, so it's perfect. Go ahead and look at www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can also go on there and get your T-shirts. I need to take a picture of that and set that up so you can see what kind of T-shirts and the prices. I need to do that. And then, of course, Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy up over at Oak Grove Trucking. And then, of course, Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which is the reason why we are here at Georgia's Happy Hog today. I want to thank those guys for sponsoring us to be here. You can go into any of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. I need to ask the commander if he's walked those 66 steps. I don't think he has. I think he's just telling me that. I know I've walked the 50 steps to 52 steps or to the ATM from the main bank. I know I've done that. But anyway, YB East, which is off the Parkway and US 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there in front of the hospital. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd, between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, Elm Grove Clothing. My guy, Jonathan Beakey Triplet, hit him up, made me a fantastic suit for the JFK Awards for Santa Fe Family Life Center. It was great. It looked fantastic. Had everything rolling. I look good. I like him. And if you got needs for tuxes or a suit to be made, hit my guy up. He can take care of you. He's fantastic. Jonathan Beakey Triplet at Elm Grove Clothing. 405-332-8787. That's 405-332-8787. Hit my guy up, and he'd love to take care of you. And, of course, guess what's coming up? The Taste of Western. Will Rogers Theater, October 24th. What is that, 2 weeks from today or 2 weeks from Thursday? 2 weeks from Thursday is when that is. The Taste of Western, a great deal. Here are the sponsorship deals that you can look up if you decide to be a sponsor. You have the presenting sponsor, $6,000 silver to Gold 3,500, and then just the bronze sponsored 500, and you can see all the things that it gives you there. But Thursday, October 24th from 6 to 9. It's a great deal. I've been there a couple times. It's fantastic. The food is great. A bunch of great people over there. And most of y'all eat on Western anyway. You either eat at Masashi's or Rococo or Sushi Neko. Y'all eat in any of those places anyway, because you're over in that area. So if you live over there, you eat. And if you haven't been over there, you drive over there, and it's worth going. Of course, Flips. You got Pearls. You got all those restaurants that are fantastic over there. It's just. I love going there. I love going to eat. And if you haven't been, you have to go check it out. It's fantastic. I love it. I love going there. I love going to eat. It's one of my favorite places to go eat. But anyway, so what I'm liking is, man, the NBA season is full tilt, bro. It's starting up. I'm so excited. Only 2 weeks away from the start of the season, and I'm excited. Now, NFL, of course, is rolling. And in NFL news, the Jets fired Coach Robert Saleh. The LeBron of football, you know what I'm talking about. Aaron Rodgers, the coach of the Jets. He's the LeBron of football. Gets coaches fired, doesn't take any responsibility for any of it, and it's just ridiculous. And, they say, well, LeBron wins championships every way. Well, everybody forgets he left Cleveland without winning a championship. He goes to Miami. He wanted to fire the coach, and everybody said, no, we're not getting rid of the coach. Remember? Everybody forgets that. He wanted to get him fired because he didn't want Eric Spoelstra. Dwayne Wade said no. Pat Riley said no. This is my team. We ain't doing that. And so what did LeBron do? Choked the first time. They win the second year. He was magnificent. The third time they go back, what happens again? He buried. If it wasn't for Ray Allen, he disappeared then too. Wasn't for Ray Allen, they lose again. Then, of course, he leaves, goes there, and he has the luxury of stupid Draymond Green, of people who love him, getting a bonehead, knowing, what the hell are you doing, Draymond? Hell are you doing? You can't pick up another tech. That was your tech. You missed game 5. They win. Of course, they get on a roll. He cannot play his normal role because he has to be careful not to do anything wrong. And LeBron and him came back, which is the reason why KD went there, because they had made them. If it wasn't for KD, Cleveland probably won a couple more. So, but anyway, he is the LeBron James of football, and he can't say that he didn't get him fired, because he did. But my problem is this: how do you fire the coach that's the defensive coach who runs the defense, and your defense is keeping you in games? He wasn't the cause of you losing. That was your offensive coordinator and your quarterback. That's the reason why you lost the game. Your defense has been magnificent. You're 2-3, and if your quarterback hadn't disappeared 2 different games, you'd be 4-1 right now. But what's going to happen is, now you beat Buffalo on Monday. What does that mean? You're in first place. But you fire your coach, because Aaron Rodgers and him didn't get along and got him fired. So now what happens from there? What happens from there is very simple. You hire the defensive assistant coach, or the defensive guy who was actually calling the plays, even though it's kind of like Andy Reid. Andy Reid is the offensive coordinator, even though he runs the offense. He's not offensive coordinator, but he basically runs the offense, just like Saleh runs the defense, even though he's not the defensive coordinator. So they basically hired the defensive coordinator to take over. And this is the bad part. They escorted him out the building with security. And I'm sure Saleh was pissed. I'm sure he went off on him. And they knew that they were going to, they had security waiting to get him out. So he didn't even pack up his own office. Somebody else packed his office for him. But there's a reason why the Jets are the Jets. Now we can't say the Mets are the Mets anymore, because the Mets took care of business. Look who's in there. The Jets Mets. Can't say it anymore because they're in. So the Mets are back in the playoffs, playing really, really well right now. Could be in the World Series. We'll see. But that's where they're at. You've got the Jets. I don't understand it. You brought Aaron Rodgers in. Your coordinator's terrible. He just is. He's what they did is whatever Aaron Rodgers wants, that's what they did. Now you get beat and you blame the coach, who has the defense on point. shut down everybody that they play, but your offense, which was the problem last year and the problem the year before, couldn't get stuff done. That's been your Achilles heel. Now your defense hadn't been the issue since Salah's been there. It's not him. He's doing what the hell he's supposed to do. Your offense hadn't done anything. And you fire the defense, you fire the head coach who's in charge of the defense, who got his side of the ball correct. Then you hire the offensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator that the quarterback wanted. You haven't done anything to improve that. You still haven't signed Hassan Reddick, knowing what he wanted before you traded for him. So what does that tell you about your general manager? You trade for a guy who you knew what the guy wanted before you traded for him, and you didn't give it to him, and you can say there was a disconnect. No, it wasn't. He said, "This is what I want. If you're gonna trade for me, great. This is what I need." Philly knew, and if you didn't know what the hell he wanted before he got there, what kind of GM are you? If I'm gonna trade for you, I'm gonna go, listen, this is your last year contract. What's it gonna take for us to sign you? So I'm gonna ask him before I even trade for him. Hey, what's it gonna take for us to sign you? And if it's not a deal that I can do, and even though he goes, oh well, I told him that we're gonna see how we're gonna. No, you ain't doing that. I want my money right now, up front. That's what I want my money, up front. Then we go. I'm not gonna listen to what you might do for me. Trust you? Hell, I ain't doing that. Why the hell am I gonna trust you? Pay me first, then we'll go. So I think that's interesting what happened in that particular scenario. But once again, the Jets are the Jets. I can't say they're the Jets-Mets because the Mets are winning. The Jets aren't. That's the difference. I can't call them the Jets-Mets-Clippers. We can just down to the Jets and the Clippers. That's what they are, the Jets and the Clippers. Now you can't say the Jets, Mets, Clippers. It's just the Jets and the Clippers. That's what you got. The Jets and the Clippers. Two wealthy owners who want to win but have no concept of hiring the right people. You got a good coach. And my thing is this, in the Clippers, you gonna let Paul George go? You gonna let Paul George go? You signed for James Harden? Are you kidding me? Really? Wow. Decisions some of these guys make. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You're a general manager and you're making some crazy decisions, but what are you doing? You're appeasing one guy. Remember, the Oklahoma City Thunder got healthy because that guy wanted Paul George, not SGA. Even though Doc Rivers is on record saying that he wanted to keep SGA and was asking Paul George, hey, man, just stay with this guy. I'm telling you, this is the guy. So you have a veteran coach who loved him, and you have a rookie coach who comes in who don't like him. Why? Because I can't develop somebody who's already rolling. He doesn't understand developmental. He doesn't understand talent. Guys who are already there. He doesn't know how to do that. I'm talking about Dagno. He didn't know how to do it. But you have a guy who did. And now you got the same thing with the Jets. You have a quarterback who's running the team, who has an offensive coordinator. They're not creative. You have a great defense. Got the side of the ball right, and you fire the one coach that's actually a damn coach. The best coach you got in the building, you fire. Why? Because you can't blame it on the quarterback. Just like you can't blame it on LeBron. I'm going to blame it on his ass all day long, every day, all day. I'm going to blame it on LeBron all day, every day. That's what I'm going to do. Now, the NFL schedule this week is full. Man, I tell you what, we start off with the Niners at the Seahawks. And after the Seahawks losing the way they did, I can tell you this. What a game that's going to be, I can promise you. What a game that's going to be. I cannot wait to see that game. Really can't. It's going to be fantastic. This Thursday night, the Seahawks +5, +3.5. 47.5 is over under. Of course, it's on Prime, which is, God, they're terrible. They are terrible. God, they're terrible. And they don't get the best games, even though this is a good game that you're going to have this year. Jaguars at the Bears. The Bears should handle the business. Caleb Williams is playing better as the season goes on. He's getting better and better, getting more and more comfortable. Bears -2.5 at home. 44.5 is the over-under. Of course, that game is overseas. 8:30 a.m. game is going to be on the NFL Network. The Texans at the Patriots. The Patriots are really better than what you think, even though they're +7. Their defense is pretty good, and especially if Joe Mixon's not back, which you can see what that's done to Seattle. I mean, to Cincinnati. Not having him has made a huge difference. and what they've been able to do. Uh, talking about the Cincinnati Bengals and what he's done for C.J. Stroud. Talking about the Commanders and the Ravens. Jaden Daniels versus Lamar. Oh my God, that game, of course, is the noon game. CBS. The Ravens are 6.5-point favorites, and the reason why Lamar is, what is he, 20-1 against the NFC? He just kills them every time he sees them. The NFC, just because they don't see him enough. They can't do anything with Lamar. He's just absolutely ridiculous. So the Ravens, but I just can't wait to see Jaden Daniels. He's just amazing. Browns, Eagles. Eagles minus 8.5. It's going to be interesting to see that thing. It's also going to be on Fox. So hopefully, let me see, who has the 12 o'clock games on CBS? Colts, Titans, Commanders, Ravens. Yeah, we need to see the Texans and the Patriots. We need to see the Commanders and the Ravens. That's what the hell we need to see on CBS. I'm gonna have to, if that game is not on our local CBS channel, I'm gonna go somewhere to watch that game. I can't do it. I gotta watch that. You got the Browns and the Eagles. What a game that's going to be. Not. I care less about that game at all. And also, who's the other game? Cardinals at the Packers. Yes, let's go see our boy. Got to see our boy Kyler against the Packers. The Packers are -5. 49.5 is over under. I cannot wait to see that. Two good young quarterbacks going at each other. So I'd much rather see that game on Fox than the Browns and the Eagles, Jalen Hurts and that group, or the Buccaneers at the Saints. But, of course, it's Oklahoma, so we're going to watch. They're going to have their favorite on there, Baker Mayfield. That's who's going to be on there. So we already know what's going to be on that. So, yeah. But, anyways, I guess I'm going to have to go somewhere to be able to watch these games. Probably have to go to Cats or Industry to watch those games so I can be able to watch the games and have a good time. Cardinals, the Colts and Titans, Cardinals, Packers, like we said. Chargers at the Broncos, the afternoon game. Ooh, Chargers at the Broncos. Man, that's going to be good. The Broncos +3. Now, we know we're going to have to go for the Broncos because our boy Jose Fierro at Oak Grove Trucking. We got to go with my boy right there and handle that. Got to go with them. So I'm going to be with you on that, Jose. 3 o'clock game on CBS. Then the Steelers at the Raiders. 3 o'clock game on CBS. Also, that's going to be good. Looking forward to that. Falcons and the Panthers. Who the hell cares about that game? Lions at Cowboys. I'll be cheering like my boy Drew Hinthorn. I'll be on your side there, Drew. On your side for the Cowboys and Lions, even though I think the Lions are going to handle their business. They're going to run the football at them just like they did last year. 3 o'clock game. So we'll probably definitely watching that game. So the games I definitely want to see is I'll wake up I won't wake up and see the Jaguars and the Bears. I won't watch that game. No way. If I wake up in time to see it, am I going to set an alarm to watch it? Hell no. Will I watch it if I'm awake? Yes, I will. And then the 12 o'clock game, I definitely want to see the Commanders and the Ravens. The afternoon game, I want to watch the Lions and the Cowboys. And then the Bengals against the Giants, the night game, I could care less. I figure, I know you guys feel the same way. On Monday night, the Bills versus the Jets. The winner of that will remain first in the East. So we'll see how that's going to play out. And I don't think really a whole lot of people are going to care about that game. I know I really don't care about that game that much at all. So, but now I do my power rankings. Of course, after week 5, I've got the Chiefs. Or I guess after week 4, this is week 5 right now. I've got the Chiefs number 1, Vikings 2, Ravens 3, Lions 4, the Texans are 5, the Commanders are 6. People don't say, why you have the Ravens in there? Ravens are good. You're high. If you don't think the Ravens are good, their record, they're 3-2, but they're 2-3, or 3-2. Are they 3-2? 2-2, whatever they are. I like the Ravens. I like what they're doing right now, what they're going and what they're going to accomplish. So I'm a big fan of that. And, of course, 7 is the Packers, 8 are the Texans, 9 the Falcons, and 10 the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. You're looking forward to doing that. I can tell you that right now, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then, of course, in the Big 12, here's the Big 12 schedule for the weekend. You got Utah versus Arizona on Friday night. Arizona State, 16.5-point favorites. That's not right. I didn't redo those. I need to fix those because that's not right. That was from last week. So I need to refix those. That's not right. We'll bypass that. because that's not correct at all. Let's do the NBA games tonight. Let's do that because I was going to do that, but I got so frustrated. Talking about my Thunder team, I got mad and forgot what I was going to do. So let me go ahead and do that. NBA games today. We're going to go back so we can close the show out with this. WNBA game. Remember, Game 5 tonight. The Sun at the Lynx. The Connecticut Sun at the Minnesota Lynx tonight. The Lynx are minus 4-point favorites, over under 151, ESPN2. Remember, the winner of this game goes and plays the number 1 New York Liberty. And we can see if the Liberty get off their slide as far as winning championships. So that's going to be a great game. I'm going to probably watch that game. It's probably what I'm going to watch because the rest of the NBA games, there's nothing really at that time. Let me see. The 6 o'clock game is the Bulls and Cavaliers. I really don't care. The Cavaliers are 4.5-point favorites. The Suns and the Pistons, again, at 6 o'clock, and all these games are on in an NBA League Pass if you have that, which of course I do, or Fubo. The Suns at the Pistons. The Pistons, like I said, I watched them play the other day, and I was really, really impressed with them. The Pistons +5, over under 224.5. Heat Hornets, I don't really care about that game at all. The Hornets are not very good. I'm just not I don't really care about that game. I really don't. I know that sounds terrible, but I really don't care. That does sound bad, doesn't it, guys? It sounds really bad. Then, of course, the Pacers at the Hawks. I would watch that. I'll probably watch a little bit of that to start that off. Watch my guy Trey Young start off and see what the Hawks are going to get. Because remember, that is our first home game on the 27th are against the Hawks. So, interested to see it. Then, of course, the Nets and the Clippers. No. So I'll probably watch YouTube highlights. So the only thing I'm going to watch on this whole list is the Sun and the Lynx, the WNBA, which, of course, the Lynx, like I said, minus 4-point favorites. I'll watch that game. But the rest of it, I'm not. I'm not interested in any of that stuff that's going on. I have no desire for any of that stuff. I'm out 100%. I'm out 100%. So that being said, hey, I'm going to tell you this right now. Remember, go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can buy any of our T-shirts, the Matt Clark Academy shirts, Matt Clark Camp shirts, any of those shirts. You can buy those, whatever color you want. So if you Sooners want to wear red, y'all can do it. I'm not doing that, but if y'all want to do that, y'all can do that because those shirts are not available from me. But if you want to go ahead and purchase one, you can do whatever you want. www.mcsportsnetwork.com. Go there. You can order whatever you want to order. So that being said, we're here. Remember, we are here today at one of my favorite locations. And if you haven't been here, you need to get your butt by here because it is so good. Georgia's Happy Hog, located 712 Culbertson Drive. If you want to call for catering events, 405-525-8111. They're closed Sundays and Mondays, but open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 7, Fridays 11 to 5. So it's fantastic. I come by on Tuesdays and Fridays. They have mac and cheese, and it's fantastic. So you need to come check it out because it is really, really good. I love doing that. I love those places. I come there. And then, of course, it is brought to you by YNB, which is, of course, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. Of course, they are a proud sponsor for us to be here today at Georgia's Happy Hog. So we want to thank the commander and Carolyn Wright for their support in helping us out and helping us be here. And that being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Thunder up. Remember, tomorrow night, Thunder game, first home game of the preseason. And hopefully everybody will be there. If you can't, hey, go up to Sit Loud City. We need to have a place rocking again like it was in the day. That being said, hey,